Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to replace a serpentine belt on a Nissan Frontier, like the one that's behind me. This applies to the Xterra and also the Pathfinder with the 4.0 engine in it. This is the Nissan OEM belt that I'm going to be using. That's the part number. Now Nissan doesn't make these belts. I'm assuming this one's made by Gates. I do recommend most of the time using Nissan OEM parts. You always know what you're going to get out of them. This Frontier is a 2012. It has approximately 60,000 miles on it. The belt is approximately 11 years old, so that's why I'm going to replace it. But once I take it off, we're going to take a look at it. I don't necessarily right now see any cracks in it, but we'll inspect it once I get it off. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We got some of the parts that need to be taken off, like the intake here. And I'll be able to show you more inside of where that belt is. This is a really easy project for anybody to do. Need some simple tools like a 10mm, an 8mm, and then it's nice to have one of these serpentine belt tools so that it'll make it even easier to get that belt off. First of all, we're going to take a 10mm socket and we're going to take this top plastic piece off, the engine cover. Next, I'm going to use an 8mm to loosen up these band straps. There's an intake hose right here that needs to be disconnected. There are also two 10mm bolts behind here that need to be removed. Now I'll go ahead and remove the air box, or just set it aside. And now you can disconnect that part and this intake here. And just set that aside. Alright, with those parts out of the way, take a better look down here. Obviously this is the belt. This is the tensioner. I'm not going to remove the tensioner. What I'm going to do is take my serpentine belt tool and take the tension off this tensioner and then start to remove the belt off all the pulleys here. Now there's one thing that you'll want to notice is that you do have to get the belt around the fan as well. So that can be a little bit tricky down there, getting that pulled off. The next thing you'll have to make sure of is how the belt is wrapped around all the pulleys. So we're going to take note of that. I will post a picture of that up there in the side of the screen so that you can see how this goes around all of the pulleys. With my serpentine belt tool, it does come with a 3/8 inch end to it. That's an adapter I just put in there into the wrench. Snap that in. And then we can put that into the tensioner. And then we're going to rotate it counterclockwise. And just pull forward on the belt, right off the tensioner. And then you unravel the belt around the pulleys. And that's it. The belt comes off. Now let's take a look at this belt here. I don't see too many cracks. This is in a pretty good shape belt. Yeah, there's some finer cracks in here, but nothing that I guess I've seen worse. It's a little bit stiff compared to the other one. There's a little bit of glazing on the sides here where it rides on the pulleys, but I don't really see. Yeah, there's a crack right there. So, but other than that, looks like a pretty good belt that's come off. But it is 11 years old, so. I did go ahead and print out the appropriate positioning of the belt on the pulleys. And so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start with this bottom pulley down here, which is your crank. And you want to feed it down the right side of the fan, and then underneath the fan shaft, and then right around that crankshaft pulley, and then start with the next one over here, and then work your way up. All right, when you come up to the tensioner, you want to make sure that you put it on the tensioner. You could leave it off this pulley up here. The reason is you're going to need to get your wrench down here to take off the tension of that tensioner. I'm just checking to make sure that the belt is on all the grooves, which it looks like it is. All right. Make one small adjustment. Make sure that's on the pulley nicely here. And there we go. And that is it. So this wraps up the install of the serpentine belt on this Nissan Frontier. As you can see from the video, you don't have to have too many tools in order to complete this. All you really need to have is a nice socket set, and you can get this done in about 15 minutes. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like. Better yet, subscribe, and you'll get the latest notifications when new videos come out. Hey, and I want to thank everyone that has already subscribed. Thank you for supporting the channel, and we'll see you back here in the next video.